Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, so I wanted to do one more video before I head out for the weekend. And I wanted to do a political video. I don't have any magic content, although I do have a bunch of magic cards sitting in front of me. um, um, Magic is going to take a little bit of a back burner for a little bit, but hopefully I can get some of that Lord of the Rings goodness, and we can have some fun with that. Anyways, political video. All you people who are here for the political video are like, "What's he talking about? Magic? Is he a pagan?" Anyways, okay, you guys. So here's what I see happening. I've mentioned this before. Everybody should know. If you're new to my videos, then you don't know. I'm a libertarian. I've never voted for Trump. I voted for Johnson. I think in 2016, I think I voted for Johnson. That's actually a vote I kind of regret. Either way, voted for Johnson in 2016. Voted for Jorgensen in 2020. And that's not a vote I regret. Jorgensen's still awesome. Still could possibly vote for her again if she runs again. But I live in California, and so my dog's gonna come make an appearance. Hi, Bruce. There he is. Hi, Bruce. Okay, so I live in California, and so my vote pretty much, we say, never say your vote doesn't count, but I mean, California is gonna elect Biden. That's almost 100% guarantee. The only thing I'd really be doing if I voted for Trump is adding to the popular vote, which is not terrible, not a terrible thing. If helping him with his popular vote, but I'm not a big Trump supporter. Although he did, do some good things during his 4 years. So there's that. I would rather him over Biden, and so that's who I am. But right now we have Trump and DeSantis are probably going to be primarying against each other. They both made their intentions to run clear. They both, basically said they're not basically. They both have said they're running. So they've announced their candidacy. Unless something crazy happens, we are going to have Trump and DeSantis in the primaries. Probably the top two in the primary, although there's some other people running that we need to keep an eye on. But DeSantis, for the most part, is avoiding having a conversation about Trump. He's at least not disparaging Trump. The one thing I think he kind of hits him on a little bit is his COVID response, which is legitimate. Sorry, it is. It's legitimate, guys. If you're a Trump supporter, you got to know that's one of his weak points is how did he handle, COVID early on, and how did he handle it, moving forward. But either way, but DeSantis is handling it pretty good. Trump, on the other hand, is just nonstop attacking DeSantis, insults, lies, just making stupid comments. It's really, really annoying. And one of the reasons why I never did want to vote for him, that first primary, the way he treated his primary opponents, was one of the big reasons I didn't vote for him in 2016. And I really don't want to vote for him again, especially with stuff like that, with him doing stuff like that. I just don't. And so I really like this video is basically, no one important is watching, like you guys are all important, but no one in Trump's campaign is watching this video. No one in the primaries, the Republican primary process, is watching this video. But that's it. I don't think that he should be doing this. I think that he should stop doing this immediately, and that they should have a good, clean primary. He's still going to win. I don't know why he's doing this. He doesn't need to do it. It's alienating people, and in a regular, good, clean primary, he is almost 100% sure going to win. DeSantis probably shouldn't have declared, and he shouldn't be running. He should probably have waited 4 years and ran Florida and not run in this primary. But he has every right to do it. I like him more than Trump, so here he is, right? But more than likely, Trump's going to win this primary. But it doesn't help for him to be doing this, for him to be running these attacks and making these insults and basically lying about DeSantis on a lot of things, saying that he thinks that Democrats handled things better in the COVID response, and saying that he's a mediocre governor and that he's not a leader of the party. All of these things are just not true, and it's just annoying. So this is my take on it. I really, really think that he needs to stop doing that. He needs to win the primary, on his record, which was a strong record, other than a couple of things during his presidency, and just win the primary on his own. Part of it could be even saying, hey, I know that there's a lot of DeSantis supporters out there, and if we get this nomination, DeSantis is the pick for vice president. Not only is DeSantis the pick for vice president, but DeSantis would be a strong vice president, not not a weak vice president that doesn't do anything, that just kind of sits around waiting his turn. Trump is really, really good on the economy. He's really, really good on trade. He's really, really good on foreign policy. No matter what the left says, that we had less negative things going on in the world while Trump was president. He was a strong president that other countries respected. He helped create peace. He had less. He didn't start any wars, and he had less war issues during his presidency. So Trump can handle the foreign stuff, the foreign diplomacy, that sort of thing. He can be the strong leading voice on the economy, all of our trade issues, and you can have Ron DeSantis handling messaging, handling building up the Republican Party, which is needs a lot of help. You could have him handle any new COVID stuff going forward, or you could have him handle just building up a coalition and getting the governors and the parties at the state level organized a lot better. The big thing that he can handle, though, is cleaning up the government. One of the negative aspects of Trump, he talked a big talk coming in that he was going to clear out the swamp, that he was going to clean up all the bureaucracy. It didn't happen as much as he said it would, and I get it. 4 years, it's tough to get a lot done, but that's what you're running for again. You're running for 4 years again. You can't run for 8. You're going to get 4 more years. And having someone like Ron DeSantis being a bulldog, getting in there, clearing out all this bureaucracy, streamlining the federal government. One of his big talking points so far for his candidacy is to go in and reduce the footprint of the federal government in Washington, D.C. And I can see him just completely closing down whole government bureaucracies, getting government spending under control, and he's the right guy for that. So you have two sides of this powerful presidency, the vice president and the president, both doing different things and getting it all done. That's what I see as being the right move moving forward. I think Ron DeSantis could handle that, could handle being the vice president, handling it, being strong and leading the way into to his own presidency. That I don't know for sure, though, because right now he's currently the leader of Florida. He's the governor. He's the man in charge. So going in and not being the man in charge is a little rough. I could see that maybe being an issue, but I think he would do it, especially if he was told he was given that kind of power to do those things that he wants to do anyways, and just get a 4-year head start, get up to 12 years to actually clean up government, to clean up Washington, D.C., to clean up the Republican Party. I could see him accepting that. The other way around wouldn't work. Trump would never be DeSantis's vice president. So if DeSantis did end up winning the primaries, then all this would be kind of like not happening. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Okay, the other thing that I think that they could do, reforming the political party and trying to get some of those establishments, some of those rhinos out of Congress, getting them replaced with strong candidates, strong new young candidates. We need to get rid of McConnell. We need to get rid of um, Lindsey Graham, those type of people. Get them out of there. Get rid of that fraud Santos too. Even some of the new people. You got to get rid of some of them. They're not right for the Republican Party. And doing stuff like that, you could see people like me come back to the Republican Party. But as of right now, it's just not worth it, and I find myself aligning with the principles of the Libertarian Party more anyways. So, maybe they could change some of those. Maybe they could have a little bit more of a leniency on a lot of these personal things that the Republican Party goes after, like drug use and that sort of thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the debate process, right? The other thing is, even if they don't agree to do this, and even if all this stuff doesn't happen, they really need to reform the debates. What DeSantis did by announcing his presidency on Twitter was amazing. Okay, you can have your debates on Twitter. You can have your debates on Joe Rogan. You can have your debates on Glenn Beck. You can have your debates with the Daily Wire and Steven Crowder. You can have these debates being handled online, and then the news media, just because they're going to report on it. It's not like they're not going to report on it. So you're going to get out to the masses, but they're not in control of it. You don't want the Republican Party really in control of it either, because there's a lot of corruption there too. But you definitely don't want the media running these primaries. So get away from that. Do this internet. Trump can have a debate on Truth Social. Have him get some exposure for his Truth Social. Let's do this. Let's get away from having the corrupt media running these things and treating them as a way to just beat down Republicans prior to the general election. Come on, guys. Get it together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end on that note. I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great Memorial weekend. And yeah, we'll be seeing you guys real soon. Take care. Have a good day.